welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have the back door open, so if you hear like random bird noises, I hope it just adds to the video. But just an FYI, I don't have a random bird soundtrack in the background. We are in the kitchen for what is going to be the last time for a good while, because I have been doing my jobs in the kitchen, and in this week's video I am going to correct my painting mistakes. I'm going to give you a recap on what I've done so far, so if you're new to my channel I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm going to give you the final reveal of what it's looking like now. So back in January I wanted to tackle the kitchen to make it just feel a bit bigger, a bit brighter. I wanted to change the countertops and just freshen it up, but I ended up making a few mistakes along the way. So back in January, this is what it was kind of looking like before. It was just a bit stale, needed a bit of a refresh, and I wanted to get rid of the coral coloured cabinets. So I had painted the cabinets pink back in 2020. I think being stuck in lockdown got to me, and I was like, I'll just paint the cabinets pink. But hey ho, I left them for 2 years. However, the shade it didn't fit in with the rest of my house. I do have a small house, so I try and pick from a similar colour palette throughout the rooms, and then just add colour with, you know, like texture and pieces, but not so much on the walls, because I like my house to be like big and bright, just to give me like energy. The first thing I did was I painted the walls this lovely warm kind of yellow undertone paint, and I absolutely love that, but that's what I'm going to be actually fixing in today's video. I then went on and I painted the cabinets. However, neutral is harder to get than you think. When you look at pretty kind of like Instagram pictures like Studio McGee, like really nice neutrals, for some reason when I was putting the tester pots on my cabinets, I did so many testers, they were looking a bit muddy. So some of them were either too yellow toned, some of them were too warm toned, and in the end I ended up just reusing some paint that I already had, and it's Benjamin Moore Pale Oak that's on the cabinets, and then that's also in my office, and that was leftover paint that I was able to use. So that was great, because I like to kind of use up some paint. But then I was having a crisis, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do nothing. When you don't know what to do, just do nothing and wait. Just wait it out. It's not the end of the world, it's only cabinet colours. So then I had my countertops changed, and that was a couple of videos back, and that has been on my list to do for ages. So I went with the white IKEA laminate, and my old ones were laminate as well, dark colour, and they've been in the house since I moved in. So you can check out that video where I just explain a bit more my reasoning why I went with, you know, the white IKEA, and then I added some gold accessories of feeling a little bit bougie. So the gold tap, that is IKEA as well, and then the hardware. So that kind of, I kind of was like, I actually like the colour of the cabinets now. I can live with these, I do like it. But the one thing when I was walking into the kitchen that was throwing me off was the walls. And I was like, okay, these two colours are absolutely beautiful by themselves, but together they were no. So as you see behind me, I have changed up some colours, and I'm going to get into the next section of the video where I fix my painting mistakes and I give you the final reveal. Okay, let's paint walls and fix my colour mistakes. Apologies for my washing machine on in the background. So it was, I think, possibly January. I painted the walls this lovely, warm, slightly pink hue, and I really like the colour. But the problem is, I've had so many testers of paint for the cabinets, and always this wall colour that clashes. So I'm going to reuse paint, or sorry, not reuse, I'm going to use up paint that I already have. So this is Pale Oak from when, sorry if my filmmaking is making you dizzy, I'm going to try and keep the camera steady. This is Benjamin Moore Pale Oak in my office, so I have leftover paint from that project, and then I have some white paint, and I think what I'm going to do is, I basically have like half a white paint, half a pale oak. So if you remembered, I did a faux like beadboard wall. So what I think I'm going to do is, I have more white than pale oak, so I'm going to do white on top, pale oak on the bottom, and then I'll redo the little faux, because that's just a marker on the wall, it's not actual beadboard. So that is what I'm thinking. We do white all on top, because then the white will just contrast with the cabinet colour. And then we do the pale oak on the bottom, because I feel like then it's going to be pale oak into the cabinet colour. So basically these two colours, we chatted about colour and how I keep kind of just getting it wrong. When I'm going for these neutral colours, I don't know, I just can't get them to marry. But I think what the problem is, there's too much warmth in the wall colour, and this colour on the cabinet was too light. So these are not marrying, and we're gonna fix that. So yes, we're painting walls. I have almost put back the kitchen, put it back together, popped up the gold frames that I had done, and I'm not in love with this. I was thinking my Miss Blondie, you well? She's in on the design process. I was thinking this little cabinet looks a bit lost. It's been here for yonks. I have space, I measured it. It will fit in the living room beside like the couch. And to be honest, in the kitchen, it kind of just collects rubbish. Not rubbish, but me just putting stuff on top of the thing. So I have that big mirror upstairs that used to be in my hallway. And it's like, it's big, but I think it might look nice on this wall. It means I've got a little bit more floor space with the cabinet moved, and it will reflect the garden, which the garden is looking well today. Sunniest day, look at the tulips. So I'm thinking, what if I just experiment and put the mirror on this wall? It will make my kitchen feel bigger, and it will reflect the garden. There's no harm in trying. Also, this is the other mirror here, and I can put this at the top of the stairs. I just feel like it's, I don't know if it goes. I don't know. I'm gonna try the bigger one. It's kind of heavy, so I hope it fits, because I don't want to be up and down the stairs. So I'm gonna put this one upstairs on the landing, swap it for the other one, and then this little one can go back into my office. So they'll all have a home. It's musical mirrors in the house today. if you're wondering why my tomato plant is in the kitchen, oh my god, tomato plants stress me out. I bought tomato plants. I actually didn't grow tomatoes the past like 2 years, and I had forgot how temperamental tomatoes can be. I will put them in the greenhouse eventually, but I'm keeping my eye on them for a minute. Basically, I had them on the windowsill, and one day they shriveled up, as they do when they go from like I need a drink to death in the space of the day. But then you give them a drink and they come back alive. But the problem was I gave too much drink to one of them and it curled inwards, and I was like, here, you're carrying on. So I've repotted them into bigger pots, and they have enough water. I'm not going to give them too much, but I'm not going to give them too little either. But the problem is with these tomato plants, they seem to like change so quickly. So I'm going to just keep them on the table for a minute until I can kind of observe them. And then when the weather warms up in the summer, I will put them out. I can put them in the greenhouse, but the problem is with the temperature in the greenhouse, because it's been quite sunny, it's been a bit stuffy, so I don't know if they'll shrivel up just as quick, but that's why they're on the table. They're not home decor, it's me keeping an eye on them. So one of the main reasons why I wanted to just fix this and get it just nice, bright and airy, and I didn't want to be like repainting and trying testers, is because it is coming into a bit of a busy time for me, and a box arrived today, and I'm so excited because, so I have my slippers on, that's why I'm shuffling, but my book is fresh from the printers, and in this box I have a couple of copies. I opened the box from the bottom because I wanted to film opening, so there could be like a lovely note in this that I haven't read, but yeah, my publisher has sent me, don't worry, that's their address on the box. They have sent me hard copies. So I think I said this in a previous video, the copy that I had done like a reveal and a cover thing, that was a dummy book. So it was actually a cookbook, which is ironic because your girl can't cook. Well, I can cook for survival, but like, you don't want to eat what I cook. Anyway, they had printed off like a faux cover and stuck it on. But this is the actual book. So I have to, this is my copy, and I've only flicked through it just to have a little look, but it's so mad to see it all like pictures and how it's printed and on paper as well, because up until now I've only seen it like on a screen and on like PDF. Like so much goes into it, and also like when I was taking these pictures, like some of you guys will recognize some of the like projects from this, especially if you're an OG, but like at the time I never thought they would like end up like in a book. But yeah, all of the knowledge here. And actually one thing, I'm like not gonna cry today, not going to cry today, but on the like gratitude page, well it's not a gratitude page, but dedication and my like, you know, thank you and stuff, obviously I don't know why I can't get the words out. They're not sad tears, they are tears of pride. But I did dedicate the book to my dad and Owen. I better not be like this on like book signings or if someone, I'm just gonna cry all the time. Owen O'Brien did me a lovely like little illustration, and it's just like a little robin and flowers because that is a little sentimental symbol to me. But I promise you won't cry when you read the book. It was just, for me, it was like the first page I opened and I was like, whoop, lump in the throat. So yes, they have been printed. I'm gonna get makeup all over my copy. They have been printed. They are in the warehouse in Ireland. For anybody who's ordered through any of the Irish book retailers for May 16th, they will be going out to you. They say they go out on the day of publication, which is May 16th, but I know from when I've pre-ordered books, they might go out a day or two early, so you may actually receive it on the day of publication, but if not, that's when they're due to go out. So Eason's ship international as well, and on my blog I've linked to, there's 2 other Irish book retailers. I think Kenny's in Galway ship international as well, but definitely 100% Eason's ship international for May, and then it's July for rest of the world. So Ireland and UK May 16th, and the rest of the world I think it's July 21st. That date is in my head. You can order from the likes of Barnes and Nobles and Amazon and things like that, but if you don't know wait, you can just order from one of the Irish retailers. And when you order from an Irish retailer, I have a better chance at making the bestseller list because all the pre-orders go towards your first week of sales. So if I have a good amount of pre-orders, I might actually make the bestsellers, but I don't think so. but God loves a trier. I'm actually going to go out to the garden now and film like a little unboxing and just a flick through of the book, and I'll pop it on like Instagram or something just to kind of mark the occasion. But yeah, it's weird, like the paper and everything. Like I remember they were saying, what paper do you want? And I was like, I don't know, like, but I love how it feels. I love how things are photographed. Yeah, I love how they've printed. I'm very happy with it. Anyway, enough of that. Also, save to date. Save to date. Probably the only save to date you'll ever get out of me, because no fear of me ever getting married. But save to date, May 21st, Easton's, O'Connell Street, 12 p.m. book signing. So do pop along. I'm very worried that nobody will come, but I'm like, if nobody comes, like I said, I'll finish up early and go to the pub. And if loads of people come, I will be there until the end, till I have the chats, till Easton's kick me out. So yeah, that's all my updates. So as for the kitchen, I am content. I would still maybe like the cabinet colour a little bit warmer, but I'm afraid if I do that, you're going to throw off the walls, you're going to do this, and your girl does not have time to be painting cabinets this summer, which is why I wanted to just get a nice, bright, airy, clean, so that when I'm busy in the month of May, it's my little retreat. So when I come home, I'm happy, it's content, it's my little rest, my little nook. And I love how the garden is coming into bloom as well. And when I sit at the kitchen table, I see my garden, I see the greenhouse, and it's like, Anyway, that is me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel, please do hit the subscribe button. I'll pop a link to my cheeky pre-order. A thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.